The second thing what we do is we add a little bit of oil. This time we don't need butter, just a little bit of sunflower oil. If you've got normal olive oil, not extra virgin, a normal olive oil, you can use that, no problem. If you want butter, go ahead, my darlings. But we're using lamb chops and it has its own fat, so forget about it. This is actually 2 medium onions. You can either use 2 medium onions or you can use 1 large big onion which is sliced, washed and sliced perfectly. Now all we need to do is just saute this till it's soft. Along with this, I'm going to add these beautiful garlic cloves, and I'm not going to actually chop it or anything, because I'm just going to saute it just like this, and then what I'm going to do is just put it in the baking dish or roasting dish and roast it along with the lamb chops. And really, once it's roasted, these big garlics, just take them and eat them just like that. Oh, they're gorgeous. They're so succulent and beautiful. So that's why I deliberately did not chop them. Okay, just don't chop them. Don't do anything to them. Besides, it looks so beautiful. Now, while this is going on sauteing, now it has to be soft, both the onions and the garlic. Oh, it's gorgeous, lovely smell and lovely. Now what we do is we have to add our potatoes and our tomatoes. Okay, now I've got tomatoes around, well, 2 small tomatoes, which has been de-seeded. Okay, it has been de-seeded and sliced. Okay, I just sliced it lengthwise. You can slice it anyway. Put it in there. And then we need our potatoes. Okay, now these potatoes have been chopped. 1 medium-sized potato has been chopped. Now all this has to saute with a lovely color combination again. So now while that is sauteing, okay, our second step is done. Okay, that is the sauteing of the ingredients. This has to be now put into the marinated lamb chops and in red wine. Remember, the first step was marination in red wine. Okay, that has been kept in the refrigerator. That has to be, by you, has to be marinated for at least 6 to 8 hours or overnight. Take it out, saute this, and then plonk all these things, these glorious onions and garlic and potatoes and tomatoes into the marinade. Okay, and then we just put it in the oven and bake. So that, while that is going on, I shall take my lamb chops from the refrigerator. Okay. Now these poor darlings don't have time, or didn't have time to absorb all the beautiful marinade, but I urge you again, you should. That is a very, very important step. Marination should be done for at least 6 to 8 hours. Okay. Now what I do is I keep on shifting things just for my camera's sake, okay, so that you all can see it much clearly. Okay, now, wow, lovely. Now this lamb chops have been really marinating well. This has to be kept here. Now all I need to do is, I need to take this out because I need to sear these, the lamb chops. Hold on. Now this has to be kept aside, okay? And let's now roast the lamb chops, okay? So a little bit of wine, don't need butter. Lamb already has a lot of fat. Take it out from the marinade. And this is going to go shh. I love that sound. to the next side. See, you can actually see the brown thing. Now that means all the moisture has been sealed in. Okay. Now, oh, you must have noticed a beautiful color. It's got this golden bronze color. What we have to do now is carefully put it on our baking plate or pan, whichever you're going to use. Be careful because it really splutters. Lovely. Then remember our sauteed onion, garlic, tomato and potatoes. We're going to tumble it along with the lamb chops, just randomly. Okay. And then what we do is, remember our marinade, our red wine marinade. This is not going to go to waste, okay, because we're going to pour these in. Now, what you have to do before putting this in the oven is my specialty, okay, that is pomegranate. You have to put half a pomegranate, the seeds of half a pomegranate, and just slice it. Lovely. And what I do is, this is my technique, I think I've shown it to you before, okay, to take out the pomegranate seeds. What I do is just give it a slight press, okay, just a little bit. Doesn't matter if a little bit of juice falls, okay. So all we do is just tap on the pomegranate, the seeds, so let it scatter, okay, and that's about it. Now what we have to do now is just bake it in the oven. So just take this, I'm going to bake it for around half an hour. This has to bake for around 30 minutes or till it's done. Okay, and in a moderate oven, that is around 200 degrees. Yes, it smells absolutely gorgeous. And it looks lovely. Okay. So 1 second. And it's done. Okay, now what we have to do is, now I have already, remember our sauteed, butter sauteed vegetables. I've already presented it in the plate, on the plate, and I've got my beautiful capsicum, which I did, and I've kept it as a sauce holder, okay? Isn't that pretty? Now, what I have to do is carefully, very carefully, transfer the lamb chops onto the plate, okay? Now I've also got these potatoes, okay, which are roasted well, okay? Now all I have to do is just put that along with the lamb, okay? Yes, my roast lamb in wine, my Easter special, is ready, okay, and waiting to be eaten. The lamb chops with the roast potatoes, the buttered cauliflower, spinach, carrot. Oh, everything is a lovely treat. So for you, happy